I'm going to make a TikTok. We're going to play it.
Could we share our own TikToks on this? I guess we probably could.
Oh, I don't have a funny one, so I don't do funny shit. I don't, but yeah.
No, you do scary stuff. You do when you had the eye surgery. I saw you sent me a video, but that wasn't on TikTok, was it? Did you put that on TikTok? I can't remember.
I did.
Did you? Okay. Well,
I sent it to Rob, and Rob called me, and he was like,
That was fucking
"Don't
awful.
ever," and whatever. And that don't ever send that to anybody. That's fucking
I will set
terrible.
my car on fire.
That was crazy.
It's not what Cari's eyes can do for her,
So
but what her eyes can do for the nation of TikTok.
This episode of What the Pod Was That is brought to you by Blank Canvas Brand. If you own a business, restaurant, or sports team and you're ready to shake things up with that new, unique image, you need to use Blank Canvas Brand. Blank Canvas specializes in brand identity, including logos and graphics for business cards, flyers, banners, and signs. Blank Canvas offers printing services to help with your clothing needs. Look, when it comes to talent and service, there is no one better. For more information, you can search Facebook for Blank Canvas, or you can email blankcanvas@whatthepodwasthat.com. That's BLNKCANVS@whatthepodwasthat.com. You can find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com.
What the Pod Was That may have content and language that isn't suitable for some. Listener discretion is advised.
This is What the Pod Was That. All material played on the show was found on the internet. The opinions about that material are our own. Please follow the show on Twitter @WhatThePodPod. Let's start the show.
Welcome to What the Pod Was That. I am Barrett Gruber, the man, the myth, the legend, and most likely the only individual at this table to retreat from any interaction at the grocery store.
Yeah, I'll take
Nothing. Okay. All right.
Barrett Gruber, everybody.
I am joined by the.
That's why he steals his groceries.
I am joined by the man who is
A blah,
Barrett's a big fan of self-checkout.
yeah, huge fan of self-checkout. That is basically the only way I will. Yeah, I am joined by the man.
900 groceries later.
I'm using two.
I am joined by the man who has the most disturbing Facebook algorithm, Zac King.
Probably not the most, but it's up there.
Yeah. I am constantly surprised.
The T-shirt
I
that
wanna
sent
see-
Yeah,
you.
the T-shirt thing was
I-
awful. That's why I wrote that.
Oh yeah.
I probably should get on Facebook more often.
It's
I have to show
disturbing.
Cari those, but go ahead and read it.
I am also joined by the woman who couldn't even be bothered to leave the house this morning, so we're recording from her dining room table, Cari Simmons.
So here's like the first shirt that popped up.
That is true. My shitty little dining room table that I'm going to throw away.
Okay, well, please subscribe, because we used it. Please subscribe to the show. Our subscriptions drive our searches, and that's how we get new listeners. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review and drop us one. If you're not on Apple Podcasts, consider following us on Twitter, @WhatThePod, and interact. And if you're a type of person that prefers to watch on YouTube, you can check out our new channel, youtube.com/whatthepodwasthat. Also, if you enjoy the show, and you do, please consider supporting the show through your pocketbook. Memberships are available through our website, whatthepodwasthat.com. Several tiers are available, as well as you can get access to early and exclusive content. So go check that out. That's, again, whatthepodwasthat.com. And with that out of the way, we will get started.
I mean, we already got started.
Yeah, with,
Yeah,
that,
you did.
with that shirt, with those shirts, I sent it to my brother. I was like, dude, these are your shirts. And he goes, oh my God. He's like, where do you buy these? And I sent it to him. I was like, dude, I was like, you can't wear those alone in good conscience. Like,
The
and he
internet
was like,
give
the
it.
hell I can't.
And the internet taketh
know
away.
Exactly.
He wants it so bad. I was like, because he would go to church with that shirt on.
Wow. He goes to church?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you all know how this works. We're going to share content with each other so we can inspire conversation and, whatever it is that goes on in our minds that sort of spills out.
I'm so glad people don't judge us for this. I mean, I don't have any friends anyway, but it's just awesome that I haven't lost the one or two that I do have because of the shit we say on this podcast.
You know what? I just thought about it. We start bowling season in like 2 weeks. Actually, by the time this episode comes out, because this will be June 15th.
And I
this episode.
already have I'm traveling back
Oh, she's already got reason not to
to
show
Atlanta
up.
on the 12th of June. So I can't be Whichever one that one is, yeah.
All good.
Last minute.
We'll
shit.
still break into your house and record some
Yeah,
podcasts.
I mean, I'll give you the code. How about that?
It's only a code to get in
Don't
here.
worry about breaking in. Just walk right on in.
Yeah, please don't tear anything up.
11111.
Is it
Zero,
password?
0, 0, 0, 0.
Is it
2, 3,
password?
4.
Is it password? Your password. Your password's
Password's
password.
password.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get started with Zach's going first. So we'll just hit that up.
When Bailey, thank you for the $4.99 in Super Chat. Hey, Fire Mario, you look like Dr. Disrespect.
So they're saying he looks like Fire Mario.
Fire Mario.
He does.
He gets pissed.
Is he Googling it?
I don't know if I
Yeah.
like your tone, but I'm going to look him up. Fire Mario. Hey, Fire Mario, I'm going to...
That's exactly what he looks like.
Look at those suspenders or overalls or whatever.
He did it to himself.
He damn sure did. That's awesome.
Son of a bitch.
Y'all ever watch him? He's so
No,
funny.
I've never seen him before.
I'm gonna make sure.
Dr. Disrespect. He's such a prick, but he's like, it's funny.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, my cheeks hurt. Oh my gosh, this
He
is
looks
hilarious.
just like Fire Mario.
He does look like Mario. All right, here
like,
we go.
son of a
I'm gonna go with my first one, I guess. Here we go. This is cool. I like this. This is really cool.
Mumford and Sons.
Oh.
Sing You Are My Sunshine.
I love a banjo.
You are my sunshine. My only sunshine.
That wig looks weird.
Yeah.
Make me happy. Skies are gray.
I mean, I could hear that. I could hear Mumford and Sons doing this.
Dear, how much I love you.
Yeah. I hear it now.
So don't take my sunshine away. Don't take it away. Take it
He's got a wig for
Don't take my sunshine away. Say you'll stay.
Like ultimately, I want an LP of this. I want to
They
sing.
all play instruments that look like they found at an antique store.
Yeah.
It is good. I was.
True story. One of their members, the band came out and like disowned Trump. Like, what an asshole! And he came back out and he's no longer in the band. He's like, I didn't mean any of that shit. I love Trump. I was like,
Wow.
He came out and said one thing and then came back
yeah,
and
the
said
whole band
something
is
else.
one thing, said something, and then he came out and he was like, no, fuck it.
Okay, get your shit together.
Hold
guy.
on. So is Mumford and Sons like a big Trump supporting group?
No.
Oh, okay.
They kicked him out.
The one
Oh,
guy.
they kicked him out for
Or-
liking Trump.
I don't know if they
think it's- I
kicked-
don't know if it was for liking it, but what I remember, he's no longer in the band.
Okay.
We
weird.
don't like assholes.
I don't know why his opinion would really matter. They're all Irish, right? They don't actually
I honestly.
they don't vote in the United States.
Are they fully Irish? Are they? I don't know if
I
they're
have no
Irish.
idea.
I thought they were maybe English.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What were you gonna say, Cari?
I was gonna say I've only heard just a couple of songs from them.
Oh, I like Mumford and
Yeah.
Sons.
They're not
I-
bad. They're
they-
not great, but they're not bad.
They play
Unique.
things that I think I would enjoy, but not like all the time. Like if I'm shuffling on my phone, I'm like, oh, dude, do I want to fucking listen to Mumford and Sons when I'm
Yeah.
driving
It
to
just
Atlanta?
depends on
Yeah,
it depends on
Next.
which song it is.
Something.
Yeah.
Deny my dear. Deny my dear.
I think that's your standard. That's your standard. Banjo riff. All right. Here's Cari's first one for this current episode.
Oh, this guy.
This guy.
You gotta hit play. Okay.
And this dead up reminds me of a time I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to bam, bam, bam on my door. I go and look through the peephole and there's this chick. She's screaming at the top of her lungs, "He's gonna kill me, let me in." And I did what anybody would do. I was like, fuck no. Told her, my neighbor to the right is a light sleeper. Go bang on her fucking door. I don't like her bitch ass anyways. She's like, call the police. police. I was like, you ain't got no cell phone? I was like, girl, I ain't calling the police. I got weed and all kind of shit up in this apartment. Girl, you crazy. Like, you're making bad life choices. You're yelling, telling him where you're at. You could be fucking running. There's a whole line of bushes over there. And after that, she took off running. So, I don't want to call myself a hero, but yeah. Oh, come on, guys.
So his name is Cash, and every time he does a stitch, he'll say Cash Stitch. And have you guys ever seen him? He's fucking hilarious. Everybody hates him because he's always like talking shit about women. But dude, I can appreciate.
Oh my gosh, my cheeks hurt.
Yeah, it's Cash something, and I think he lives in Tennessee. But yeah, he's
That
hilarious.
explains it.
I was kind of stalking him. So Cash hit me up.
Cash at me.
That's funny. Well, good for you. Here we go. Here's Zach's
I mean,
second
he's not
one.
in jail, so.
Oh,
Does everything taste okay?
It's delicious, right, Mom? Thanks. You barely touched your food, bud.
Yeah, well, I got abducted by aliens.
Your mother worked very hard on this meal. I already ate in the spaceship.
Why do I even bother?
Well, what was I supposed to do, Mom? I didn't want to be rude.
Well, you at least could have texted me. I would have just made something for myself.
I'm not service. It's fucking outer space. You do not curse at your mother.
That's
aliens
Barrett.
don't believe in curses.
I ate
Or should I say they don't give a shit? Well, then you can go live up there with the aliens. So ungrateful. Fine.
Everything I do for you, this is what I get.
Matthew, do not go up there.
Okay, enough. Stop.
Going up.
Stop.
You go up there. Don't come back down. I'm going up.
What happened?
Thursday night at my house for dinner.
We're all going to Barrett's house. I gotta see this shit.
I don't have reception. It's in outer space. Already ate in the spaceship.
Is that what it's like now with young families? You gotta,
Okay. Let me ask you this. So when Chandler and when they were younger,
Charles.
when Chandler and Charles,
The
sorry, when they were younger, how difficult was it to get them to eat the meals you cooked?
Not difficult at all.
Really? It might just be.
They love Pizza Hut.
It might just be.
Yeah, boiled noodles and butter works every time.
My
Butter noodles are fire too.
My girl, egg noodles with butter and some pepper. I'll put Parmesan cheese and like
You're fancy.
cayenne.
You're going too far.
I
I
like a little flavor.
I will say I didn't look. I knew what they would eat, and I didn't really eat the shit that they didn't. I mean, didn't really cook things that they didn't like. You know what I mean?
What would they eat?
They do really pretty much eat, spaghetti. I mean, anything I cooked. I'm trying to think of what they don't like.
Vegetables.
Charles doesn't like mayonnaise.
Yeah, Emmeline hates mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is fantastic.
Thank you. It's a God. But they really. There's not much that they won't eat.
Yeah.
I have to hide my daughter's vegetables.
In her
food.
Like certain ways.
So speaking of that, I don't know if they have it now, but when Charles and Chandler were little, I was like, I'm going to switch some things to make them a little more healthy. They have these like veggie-based noodles.
I give her veggie-based macaroni and cheese, and it's made out of the vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did that one time, but now I will tell you, Chandler doesn't like change. To this day, he doesn't like fucking change. So if I get a different type, when he was living here, if I had a different type of ketchup, that would be like, I'm not eating it. It's not whatever it was I would get, right?
This isn't Heinz.
Yeah.
We only eat Heinz in this house.
Whatever it was.
There's some Heinz in this house.
So I bought those veggie noodles one time, and it was like 2 bites, and he was like,
the devil is a lie. Get out.
I'm not eating it. Now that he would do a lot.
I guess, because like, we will introduce foods to the girls that are literally things that they've had before.
Oh.
And they won't, they're like, no. It looks different. It's like, but it tastes the same.
It's a chicken nugget. It just looks like a dinosaur now.
You ate all of this before. You're good.
Yeah.
And it's like,
when my daughter, like whenever she gets to the point where like we're on communication thoroughly, she understands me, I understand her. We will have you're going to sit here till you eat this. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's like 1 or 2 bites, you're going to eat it.
Does she like have things that she doesn't eat?
Yeah.
Well, she's 2, but
she won't eat a cheeseburger. Tried it twice.
Okay, yeah. See, I've never had. See, Charles and Chandler aren't picky eaters, right? So
I don't know if it's like she likes her chicken nuggets. She loves any kind of noodle. Like, it's just weird. A burger, she don't want nothing to do with it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I've even like smashed it to like try to get it to be like just like a compact thing and cut it a little.
What about meatloaf?
No, I don't think we've tried meatloaf on her. We don't cook a lot of meatloaf.
I will say when Charles when they were like elementary school, but not kindergarten, so maybe like 3rd grade, we were behind coming up 20, getting on 26, right? Mm-hmm. We were behind a chicken truck that I think was going down to downtown, right?
Oh yeah.
And Charles was like, yeah. I said, look, hey, yeah, these are the chickens that are going to be slaughtered for whatever. And Charles lost his goddamn mind. He was like, Mom, we eat chickens? I'm like, yeah, cow.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken, like steaks, burgers. And when I tell you, it broke his heart. It broke his heart. He went
like,
vegan.
Is he a vegan now?
Not now, okay. Right? He went vegan for anything that came from anything that was an animal. He wouldn't eat it. And he did that for like...
Well, here's the good news. Those chickens were never going to become chicken nuggets. The chickens that become chicken nuggets are the chickens they grow in bags.
Well,
because it's a slime. It's a protein slime.
I've seen him make it.
Right. So
isn't it? This McDonald's has what, 3 different unique chicken nugget.
It's all white
features.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's grown in Tyson. Like they're grown.
Okay, I'm gonna finish my story. Then we're gonna go back here. So he lasted for like 2 weeks, and then he was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm going back to
fuck them chickens."
Yeah. So, but yeah, I had that pain. But anyway, continue.
Well, you know when people talk about the hot dogs, you don't want to know.
Oh, dude, I fucking love hot dogs.
I don't care if it was a bucket of assholes that made the hot dog.
Oh,
I love it.
Man,
I like hot dogs.
I love it. No, what about those little wieners?
It's the same thing.
No, I know, but do you like Vienna sausages?
Yeah, that's different, though.
Dude, I love them.
I love them, too. Yeah, the ones that like get with the barbecue sauce and eat them. Those are usually like sausage.
Oh, I've never tried that.
I haven't had
little barbecue sauce, dip it in there.
Mm-hmm.
I had just the plain ones.
You were talking about veggies, so replacing vegetables and things like that. At Costco, I pick up at Costco. I pick up the veggie sticks or whatever. Mm-hmm. And
those are good.
In our grocery order, we get the Chick-fil-A sauce. So it's that whatever the Chick-fil-A sauce is. It's like barbecue and whatever. I make those totally unhealthy by dipping those into the Chick-fil-A sauce.
We have a whole squirt bottle of it.
Like, here's some veggie sticks. I'm gonna dip in lard.
Yeah, it's good though.
It's good stuff. All right, here's my second one.
What do they say? God don't make ugly.
That's true.
God don't like ugly. What is the? Oh God. Shh. Is that even an axe or a sledgehammer?
It's a maul.
Oh God.
Is it a sledge? I thought it was a maul.
It doesn't. He's.
Yeah, it's got to be a maul. Yeah.
And that's how you do it.
Oh, that's the guy who I've seen him before. He's funny.
It's just a play on those videos of the guys you see splitting wood for some reason.
Yeah, but those guys.
Yeah, I just had to split wood a month and a half ago. And
I'm going to need Cari to finish what she's to say. Those guys, what?
So the other videos that you're talking about that he was imitating are like, these guys are 6'2", dreamy muscles, bare chested, a little bit of sweat glistening off of their pecs, tight jeans that, curve the body in all the right places. And they come around with that axe. And they put it in slow motion, and you can just kind of watch every muscle ripple and flex. Oh, beautiful.
The only thing
work of art.
I split wood like Captain America, just grab it. And
the only thing I really got out of that was that
Cari has a lady boner.
Very
lady boner.
So, do those come up on your TikTok fairly often?
That's why I have such a hard time finding these because
it's nothing but guys splitting wood.
It's just dudes. I'm like, okay. Now I gotta, change my fucking algorithm every time I want to do this goddamn show.
She puts into the search on TikTok. She's like, funny.
I'll tell you this: do not watch one like auditing the auditors or whatever, because then it's gonna fuck your algorithm all up.
Yeah.
My algorithm is already fucked up. It changes every few days.
I don't care about police stopping somebody and then someone being shitty to the cops because they can.
Yeah.
I'm just so over that. And if you happen to watch one for a minute,
Oh yeah.
So I watched.
that's all you get.
I watched one recently where there's a guy that's got Down syndrome and he's pulling people over. It's all scripted, but he's pulling people over and he's supposed to be like a dirty cop or whatever. So like one, he pulls a guy over because he says he's black.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, he pulls a guy over and like. He gives him his handgun. He's like, I just shot somebody with this handgun. And he hands it to him. He's like, I don't want this. And he hands it back to him. And he's like, okay, I'll take it. But put it in this bag that's clearly labeled evidence.
Yeah.
And it's funny, but I watched 2 of them. So now they come up all the time. And because I watch them to completion. So, which is what I do with videos. All right. Cari's up next.
Completion. Oh, dude.
You very excited about this one?
Mm-hmm. This nightgown is so sheer, I believe you can see right through it. Hello, Fidel.
Hello, Flash. How are you?
You don't have cataracts, you tell me.
Wow.
Old whore.
Beat it, you 50-year-old mattress. You miserable old...
Blanche, you know the rules. When one of you is out with Fidel, the other one does not interfere.
My apologies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a long, hot, steamy bath with just enough water to barely cover my perky bosom.
Flag on the play.
Hang on, Butch. Hang on.
You're only going to sit in an inch of water?
That's hilarious.
How old was Blanche in The Golden Girls?
60.
I think she was in her 50s.
Oh my gosh.
Then it's not the golden
She
age.
wasn't.
It was for them.
No, you know what? God, I'd have to go back and look. Sophia was actually younger than her.
Sophia was younger than.
I think Sophia was the youngest out of all of them, and I think Rose was actually the. Betty White was actually the oldest.
No, the Sophia's mom. I mean, the daughter. What is her name? And
I'm too young for this conversation. I am.
She had a
B. Arthur.
Yeah, B. Arthur. She was actually the oldest of the entire group.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Sophia was second oldest. Yeah, and then Betty White was third, and then the woman that played Blanche, I thought.
And this has been Conversation from a Nursing Home.
I feel like Zach's just asking us to move on.
Zach's like, all right, I'm next. Let's go.
I still hope that you do your Golden Girls cruise sometime because
I've been watching it.
I desperately want to see.
Paint yourself all white, wear all white, and just be the ghost of one of them.
She just walks around in a muumuu the entire.
That's what I'm gonna do. Just walk around with my pajamas on.
Do you have a muumuu?
the entire trip? No.
Oh.
No.
Wait. 46.
Is it only? Is a muumuu a big shirt?
It's a big shirt that goes to your ankles. It's like a nightgown that goes to your ankles.
No.
Yeah, nightgowns went the way of the dodo. Just because, like, I remember when my sister was little, like 6 or something, she would wear nightgowns.
I have a onesie, an adult onesie that I would wear. Zip.
Way too hot.
Oh yeah, and to pee in that thing is like a pain. Like when you wake up to it, like
you're either gonna go naked or you're zipping the whole thing down and just leaving it at your ankles.
It does sound frustrating, especially if like you put it on fruit. You have to climb into it, right?
Well, as a female, right? If I get up in the middle of the night, I can't just pull my little penis out and go to the bathroom.
Well, you could one leg out. And just do that.
No, I have to take it all the way. Did you snore? He said one-legged. No, because it always goes right up the. No.
You need that funnel thing they make.
Yeah, no.
So to get out a onesie, basically, you have to take the whole top off. Like it's got to drop all the way.
Unzip it all the way down, and it has to come all the way off. Yeah. It zips down down one leg, but you can't just pull one because your shoulders are still stuck in it. You can't just yank it.
I do have
fucking
a
2 o'clock in the morning.
Flaps,
who wants to
right?
do that?
Didn't the onesies used to have like a flap on the back,
no.
2-button flap?
Back in the 20s.
In cartoon.
Yeah, it's only in cartoons.
Yeah,
I judge all of my nightgown apparel.
There's a Ghost of Christmas Past maybe had it.
Gabrielle's a big Christmas person. She bought a Grinch onesie that I had to wear, and then she bought a elf onesie. The first night she did it, like when we first started dating, I just got hammered and smoked a bunch of cigarettes, and we filmed before TikTok. Just filmed videos.
Do you still have this
me
video?
and the Grinch? She might. I'll have to find it.
Gabrielle, we're gonna need this.
Yeah, we're gonna need this video.
It was like me smoking a cigarette, like, Sonny Little Hoe, what are you doing?
Shut up, Tiny Tim.
That's great.
You're gonna die in a chair. Okay.
The child, she mentioned Dodge.
Here's Zach's third one.
I bought a Jeep Wrangler. Do you guys know the Jeep Wave? Yeah, you know it?
Do you do the Jeep Wave?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know it, I'll explain
Because
it. It's just a
people get pissy
three-finger
when you
wave you do to other Jeep Wrangler drivers to show that you don't have real hobbies either.
She probably has this.
But it got me thinking, like, what if other car brands had a wave, right? Like, what would they do? Like, Subaru would probably be like,
That is the lamest shit on earth, is the Jeep shit.
Oh my God! Hello, they also have
the
well, now I've never been ducked, and I'm pretty fucking pissed off.
You've
all right?
never been
So,
ducked?
Look here. If
You
there's
have 2 kids.
Look, my son who has a my son who has a Jeep Grand Cherokee or whatever has been ducked. I want to fucking duck.
And a
Not from
Jeep
my
Grand
friend
Cherokee?
who doesn't even have a Jeep, right? I want to be ducked.
Because the whole idea is the ducks get passed around, right?
Yeah.
It's not you just go and buy a bunch of ducks and you
exactly. You get one
If
and then you
I would throw
pass
that
it.
fucking thing across the parking
You pass.
lot.
I've never had one, but I do the wave, right? But it's the same thing as a motorcyclist, right? You
Yeah,
put your hand out,
stick
right? It's
your
like,
hand
hey,
out.
you're just whatever.
Oh, it's
But we don't do Jeep Wranglers. We don't do Jeep, whatever the other little shitty Jeeps are, right?
Oh, the Patriot.
Patriot with Liberty,
Liberty,
yeah.
yeah.
whatever those bullshit cars
But
are.
you'll get like a Wagoneer or.
Yeah.
Did you spend
Oh,
over $50K on this?
I would totally get a full wood panel Wagoneer.
Dude, those Wagoneers are nice.
Made by American Motors.
And you can get a Hemi
back in
well,
'87.
do they? I mean, they don't.
They put the minivan engines in you guys as Wranglers.
Use guys
as Wranglers. You can get one with a Hemi now.
I don't have a Wrangler.
Yeah, you
so-
do. You have one with truck bed.
No, I have a Gladiator.
It's a Wrangler with truck bed that can't tow anything.
All right, so
I
we're
can
gonna
totally tow for 3,000
gonna-
pounds. Fuck you.
gonna
I can tow 7 with my Tahoe. Let's do this.
You know what though? They have limitations for a reason because I think they should all be tested. So there was a TikTok, and I don't have it, but there was a TikTok of a guy in one of those little electric wheelchairs who had a boat that he was towing. So I can fucking tow anything. I don't know that I can stop anything, right?
That's the big problem. Yes.
But I can fucking tow this house if I need to.
And you won't do it fast.
Oh yeah, four low, baby,
It'll be-
all day long. 4 low, all day long.
I got 4-wheel drive myself now.
I drive a 4-cylinder a Honda Element
That squeaks like an old mattress.
It does.
Is it paid for?
Oh yeah, of
And
course.
it hits mailboxes.
It definitely did run into
Then you know what?
mailbox today.
The only car that I own that's not paid for is that Gladiator.
Yeah.
So if things shit the bed, that'll be the first
I
one
had
to
a good
go.
sense of how you drive because you drive an Altima. You're who people stay away from on the road.
I'm literally that person.
Yep.
Literally that person.
Cutting people off,
A different-
slamming on brakes.
But you know what though? A different person on my motorcycle and a different person in the Jeep. It's kind of hard to explain, but
You get an Altima, the devil takes over.
oh yeah, the Lord's calling me. Come on home, baby. Let's do this.
How fast can it go? You're like, it red line's at 150. You're like, how fast can it go?
But it's so zippy. Zip, 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 zip.
And they catch on fire, and Nissan won't do anything about it. So, okay. Next video.
Here's the third one for Barrett. Here we go.
Yep.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you go clear the garage today?
Ooh.
Yeah, Heather, do you want to help me clear the garage?
Sure.
Awesome.
I would be so angry. Clearing the garage.
Did she say get on the ground?
She says get on the ground.
They're
bitch.
clearing the garage.
That's great.
I thought that was awesome.
Throw a flashbang in there.
Let's see. That was my third one, right? So this is Cari's next one. So let's hit that up.
Oh,
sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
this shit's funny.
Babe, call me back. I'm dealing with the police. Call me back. Man, no. I'm not arguing with you, babe. I'm dealing with the police. No, they don't want to talk to you. I ran a red light, man.
Bitches be crazy.
I see why you're arguing with her.
Yeah.
FaceTime her real quick. I'll let you FaceTime her.
Oh, he said he gonna let me FaceTime you. I ran a red light, babe. I was on some dumb shit. Hey, this can't be a female. Hey, you trying to get me taken to jail. I mean, what's wrong with you?
Alright, hey, dude. We're gonna, just because you're having a bunch of other troubles with her, slow it down, pay attention. Alright, you're gonna kill somebody. Alright? You have a good night.
Have a good night.
Scary lady. That's great. But I don't know that you guys have dealt with that, but I've seen women that are literally that crazy.
I stay the fuck away from them.
Yeah.
Good on you.
So, curiosity, when was the last time you were pulled over? Oh, was it Myrtle Beach?
No, it was just a few weeks ago.
Are you kidding me?
I was coming back from
Altima.
Atlanta, and I was doing I was legit doing 90, and the cop, I was in Atlanta still.
Altima.
And and the cop pulled me over, and he said, he wrote me like a $700 ticket. And he said
$700
oh, because he was like, I could take you to jail, right?
Yeah, it's criminal
So
speeding.
I'm sitting there listening. He was like, oh, and by the way, because you're out of state, there's gonna be another $200 and blah blah blah. I said, so I just was kind of like, hey, is there any way that I could go ahead and get this reduced? And I was asking questions. I was not being ugly. I was just asking a ton of questions.
I was
He
gonna say, were
grabbed
you
that
trying
ticket
to
back.
bribe him?
No. He said, give me the ticket, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to jail. So he grabs a ticket and he writes whatever over it, and he's like, here you go, have a nice day. Fuck, slow it down. I was like, I'm good. He's like, yeah, just if I see you again, you're getting the ticket.
You're not going to see me again till next week.
I was like, yeah, we'll be here until next month.
Jesus Christ. That would
So you
never
only
happen.
only got a warning for a 90 and a 70?
I was doing 20 miles over the speed limit. So it was either 80 and a 60 or 90 and a 70.
Okay.
But
Right.
it was like a construction thing.
I rightfully passed a vehicle that was going too slow.
I like
went
how he
10
said
above.
rightfully.
I did. He didn't like it. The cop didn't like it. He was an undercover Jeep Cherokee. And the cop didn't
Shitty
like
little
it
car.
because it was a bunch
How
of
did he
teenagers.
catch up to you?
It was a bunch of teenagers in a red Cobra Mustang convertible, top down, going to youth group.
This was the last time you got pulled over?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow. So,
Dude, I don't get pulled over.
Yeah, okay.
I don't do stupid shit. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. But,
You can't put it out there like that.
But
I heard it.
how I got over it, how I got out of the ticket, I was like, dude, I passed them. I went 10 over. They were going 50. I went 60 to pass, and then went
What was
right
the
back
speed
to speed
limit?
55.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's not really the way the law works, but
whatever.
It depends on how the officer wants to.
I wasn't being like a little shit or anything.
Yeah.
But then when he came up to the window, I was like, I know who you are. You come every Sunday to where I work and eat brunch for the homeowners association. I will put my balls in your food.
Oh my God.
Did you tell him that?
No, but
I had to ask. Right?
it was written all
This is
over his. It
serious.
was written all over his face, and
Like
I
he
would have put my
recognized you.
balls in his food.
Nice.
Write me a ticket over some stupid shit.
Yeah, and I'm going to knock on wood too, but I have not been pulled over since the year
Oh,
2000.
dude, don't say it. God almighty, it's done.
Well, I haven't gotten COVID
You're-
either.
oh, my God.
But I've not been pulled over, and I did not have to pay a fine or pay on the ticket because it was a situation where it was back before all of the speed limits changed from 55 to allow the states to decide on their own. So the federal law was done, and I was leaving Columbia to head back to Atlanta where I lived, and I was getting.
That's been a while.
Oh yeah. So I was going from 26 onto 385. And
77 probably wasn't finished construction. Yeah, neither was it.
Harbison still had trees. So I'm getting on to 385, and the speed limit on 385 was still 55 miles an hour. They had not yet updated it, but 26 was 65. So as I was getting onto 385, of course, you go across a bridge where the 26 comes underneath it, and you go uphill. Well, the grade was enough that I still had to apply the gas in order to continue moving at normal speed. So he clocked me right as I got onto 385. And he said, and when he pulled me over, he said, he gave me the ticket, and I said, okay. I said, he gave me the date of court and whatnot. He said, if you want to fight it, then you can go ahead and fight it. Which, by the way, if you ever get a speeding ticket, go ahead and fight it. Always fight it. Because one, either the officer's not going to show up for court, or two, he's not going to have the necessary information about the radar gun that he used, or how they don't want you to fight it. Just go ahead and fight it. So when I showed up for court, he just happened to be there, and he walked over to me. He said, "So you decided you're going to fight your ticket?" And I said, "Yeah." You remember me? And he said, "How are you planning on fighting it?" I said, "Well, say South Carolina requires a certain amount of distance between the time the speed limit changes that you're allowed that distance to slow down. On an uphill grade, the grade being whatever," I said, "I didn't have adequate amount of time to slow down. I didn't have the adequate amount of space in the grade I require, so based on the law."
He was like, "Fucking nerd, give me the ticket."
He just looked at me. He goes, "You can go home."
So just in addition to that, my youngest brother, and I'm not going to remember the name of it, but his name is Daniel.
Brother. Oh.
But the actual license that he has a license that he had to do some training for or pay for. And so basically what it allows you to do is he's able to purchase things like for a gun that you and I could, like a silencer or whatever. So he can purchase these, and then if you were to say, I want whatever one of these items are, you could send it to his house, and then you would go there and pick it up, and then he would get your information or whatever.
Yeah.
So whatever that license is, he has that. But he has to go every so often to get his fingers tricked. It's like an evergreen, right? You got to get your fingerprints done again. So they said, hey, go down to this place downtown, Columbia, and go do whatever it is he needs to do. Drug test, fingerprints, whatever. So this is just actually a few weeks ago. He's on his way down there, and he's kind of circling because he can't find the specific location that he's looking for. Now,
that's what you want in a driver.
My brother is, he could potentially look like a bit of a creeper, right? So he was circling this block a couple of times.
Next
and
episode,
some women,
we'll get in deeper on that.
So some women were protesting by the abortion clinic down there.
Oh, a bunch of cunts. Yeah.
And they called the cops because there's been this guy that's been circling the block, and he's scaring us. So the cop comes, pulls my brother over.
If only your brother was that guy, because we don't need those protesters.
Right. So they pull him over, and the cop says, hey, license registration, this is why I called you. What do you, what's going on? He says, well, I'm looking for this address.
I'm looking for these ladies.
And the cop says, what do you need to do at this address? Well, Daniel, being Daniel's like, I don't have to give you that information. So
he's right.
He is absolutely right. So they go kind of back and forth a little bit. So then, and Daniel's not stupid. You know what I mean? So then Daniel, the cop, kind of backs off a little bit, and Daniel says, you know what? Get your supervisor down here. And so then the cop really backed off. And Daniel was like, no, get him down here. The cop the supervisor had to come down. Well, when the supervisor got there, apparently he just went up one side and down the other of this guy. Yeah. But it was one of those situations where it's like an abuse of power almost. Yeah, where absolutely. And you don't, I know you guys don't know my brother, but he's not, trust me.
I've heard of him.
He's not doing anything he doesn't have to do.
Pervy looking guy?
Total.
No, you don't have to. Cops don't understand that there's a limit to your power, sir.
Exactly. Okay. Anyway, on to the next.
On to the next.
We'll
All
have
right.
to cut all that.
Hey.
No, we'll
not yours. His too. That Midwest emo on it.
Does sound good. Yeah.
Man.
Oh, I wasn't. Yeah.
That is not what the drums sound like in that song.
None of it.
He can do so much with Morgan Wallen.
I picture Metallica's drummer back there in the back for this.
Yeah. Lars Ulrich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like happy that I was like, man, I like memorized how to play 2 Morgan Wallen songs like verbatim.
Do you think that's all
these guys?
ad-lib?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's got it. He's just got it down. The songs are pretty simple, and then I realized other people are out here doing that shit too. And I'm like, I learned this song.
Now you suck.
But he wasn't singing. I'll sing it. All right.
There you go. That's something I could never do. Was I could never sing and play an instrument at the same time.
You have to start with the easy song like Adam's Song by Blink-182.
I did. So the first song that I ever tried to do was I tried to play drums while doing "Creep" from Radiohead.
Ooh, that's literally a hard one, right?
You would think that's pretty easy.
No.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And it's like I couldn't. I couldn't.
When it got to the and I'm a boom boom creep.
So, that's the extent of my singing career. All right, here's my fourth one. Yeah, fourth one.
When I was down south, I counted 4 different types of Cap'n Crunch. 4.
Oh, yeah.
We have 1.
He's from Canada.
We have regular Cap'n Crunch. That's
there's
it.
Bear. Yeah.
You know it and you
He's
love it.
from
Red box, blue uniform, white
Canadian
mustache.
show.
It's the Cap'n. If you've never had Cap'n Crunch, it's a delicious cereal that hurts your face. 3 main ingredients in that cereal are sugar, crack cocaine, and fiberglass. You eat a bowl of that cereal, it will shred the roof of your mouth like you are eating Brillo pad cereal. You are already pouring another bowl because you're addicted and you can't stop. They have 4. Number 1 is also regular Cap'n Crunch. It would be weird if they didn't have that. Number 2 is peanut butter Cap'n Crunch.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
in the United States, Cap'n Crunch doesn't give a shit about allergies. He's straight up murdering kids at breakfast. Third type of Cap'n Crunch is Cap'n Crunch with crunch berries. What the hell is a crunch berry?
That is
Forgive
Oops All
me,
Berries,
I'm not
isn't
a
it?
botanist. I'm not familiar with the plant that gives off the crunchberry fruit. I can tell you it does not grow in a northern climate, as we do not have crunchberries in Canada.
Because Canada sucks.
They only grow in the States, and not in enough abundance to share with the rest of the world. Which makes the 4th type even more infuriating, because the 4th type is Oops, Just Crunchberries. That's the name of the cereal. Cap'n Crunch, Oops, Just Crunchberries. It's a box of Crunchberries. There's no Cap'n Crunch in there. That means that their Crunchberry surplus is so vast, they're able to fill entire boxes with the stuff and then pass it off as an accident. We didn't even mean to make this. I don't know when this Crunchberry embargo was levied against our nation. It's bullshit. I've already started a very angry letter writing campaign to my member of parliament to lift this ban on Crunchberries. Because I believe it is my right as a Canadian to eat 7 different colors and still just shit green for some reason. That is what happens when you eat a box of Crunch Berries. I have done the research.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've not ever had Crunch Berries or Cap'n Crunch Berries or
I knew about the peanut butter
Yeah.
and clearly the regular and then the crunch berries. I didn't know about Oops Crunch Berries.
Yeah, Oops All Crunch
Hey,
Berries.
Zach, you think you can reach that bottle of wine over there?
she needs that bottle of wine
I thought you would be able to grab it without your
the last video.
I could have done that. Well, no, this is my house, so I get to stay.
That I did forget about that part. Okay, all right. So once Zach's prepared, we'll play Cari's last one here. So we'll
just a little. Yeah, we're good.
Ma'am, it's Instacart. I'm leaving your shit right here. But before I leave, I want to tell you, you put too much shit in your memo. Get the eggs from the bag. Drive easily over the bump so my eggs don't crack. It's too much. I'm already in the goddamn shopping store for over an hour. Wow. Then you want me to reach to the back to see the date that's the long. I'm not doing all that no more, ma'am. You're finna make me quit my job. Don't do that. You stay blessed. Your Instacart is here.
Here we go.
Ursuline. Get your ass off my porch.
Did Instacart give you my ID number? Did Instacart give you my ID? Sorry, man. Please don't report me. I'm just trying to keep my job. Stay blessed.
Oh my God.
Stay blessed, Ursuline.
So this was very relatable for me because I'm a freaking Instacart fiend. Now I don't think.
I just got to point out, she just had shirtless dudes on her For You thing.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, it was Shamar Moore. I'm like,
I use Instacart all the time. Matter of fact, I'm using Instacart today, and it's causing me to think about the comments that I don't put like grab eggs from the back and all that stuff, but I legit am thinking to limit the comments that I put on my Instacart
Purely out of fear.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Well, you would have
should
been in
just use
control of that
Publix.
content.
That was hilarious.
do Publix drop off or pick up. Easy.
We do Walmart delivery.
I don't have my shit delivered. I just go pick it up and.
Now that I've had a couple glasses of wine, I'm gonna bring it to me.
Yeah, I don't have a couple glasses of wine. Get behind that Ultima.
It's gonna already be crazy.
She's like, it's a Fast and Furious fucking 11 out in this.
I feel like that's a lesson we've learned today. Don't drive in an Ultima.
Watch your Instacart comments and
keep your hands to yourself.
There you go.
What the Pod Was That is produced and engineered by me, Barrett Gruber. Thanks to Vendretti for our intro music, Suave. Thanks to Zayfall for our outro music, Effervescence. Thanks to Cari Simmons. You can follow her on Twitter at Cari_Simmons. Thanks to Zac King. You can follow him on Instagram at KingZac07 or on Twitter at CarolinaKing21. I am Barrett Gruber. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Barrett Gruber or visit Linktree/Barrett Gruber. Want to support the show? Visit our page, whatthepodwasthat.com, and become a member. There are several tiers available, including memberships that give you early access to episodes as well as exclusive content. Visit whatthepodwasthat.com. To find links to our social media, podcast platforms, and past episodes, visit whatthepodwasthat.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you can call and leave us a message. Dial 803-672-0533, or you can email us suggestions at whatthepodwasthat.com. If the time between these episodes is more than you can handle, check out our partner podcasts. Zach and I host the All About Nothing podcast with Trent Clark. Visit theallaboutnothing.com for links and details. Ami takes a deep dive down the rabbit hole at episodes of Welcome to Wonderland, available on all of your podcast platforms. As well, you should check out DJ Lonzo's Top 5, available on all of the podcast platforms. Please subscribe and share the show. If you're on YouTube, please like and hit the notification bell. What the Pod Was That is a product of Barrett Gruber Entertainment and Media. Thank you for listening. Hello, podcast listener. My name is Barrett, and along with a couple friends, Zach and Trent, I host the All About Nothing podcast. A weekly discussion about news, entertainment, politics, sports, and more. We give our honest opinions about the information that's most affecting the world. Sometimes serious, sometimes funny, but never not interesting. It's the All About Nothing podcast with Zac King, Trent Clark, and Barrett Gruber. Get it wherever you listen to podcasts, or visit theallaboutnothing.com for links. The All About Nothing podcast. It's likely to be the best part of your week.